Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Erotic, Taboo, Sensual Touch. I am your host, Queen Jackie, and to my left,
I'm not here.
that's Mr. Sensational. He's incognito today. And Dr. Love will not be joining us tonight. He is still not feeling well at this time. Hi, Michael. Thanks for joining us. Tonight's discussion is going to be about sexual fetishes. However, before we get to that, I'm probably going to just recap last week. I have to ask, those of you that are listening, how many of you have been tested for HIV and AIDS? My show last week, I spoke with a young lady that had been diagnosed at 22 with full blown AIDS. And she's now 33 years old, still living with the illness. So now she travels the country speaking and educating about the disease and the life expectancy and dispelling the myths on how the illness is actually contracted. So needless to say, it was definitely an informative show. Um, and my mind was actually blown. Oftentimes, you hear about stories of people that contract the illness and then they want to spread it because they're angry. When the end result is, you have to look at your role. You contracted the illness. However, you decided to have unprotected sex. And because you're in a relationship, it doesn't mean you're exempt from contracting it. In her case, she was in a long term relationship and she got it from her boyfriend. So it's definitely important for those of you that haven't been tested to go out and get tested, because if you catch it early, you can still have a healthy life. Um, you have any feedback on that? Have you been tested?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so it's definitely important for you. I think in health in general, as I mentioned about a month ago, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, and it's the transition is tough because I am used to eating until I'm full, and now I have to have pretty much a child size portion. So that's an adjustment for me. I like to snack. I love cupcakes and things of that nature. So it's kind of like you have to eat things in moderation and definitely be mindful of what you're putting in your mouth. That probably didn't come out right, but uh,
Did it come out wrong?
or maybe I have a dirty mind. Maybe that's what it is.
Oh, maybe that's the segue into your
It's
fetishes.
the fetish conversation. So I had no idea there were about 46 different sexual
You
fetishes.
only knew about 35 of
I
them.
probably knew about one.
Mm-hmm.
Two or three, maybe. Maybe. I think there are probably a couple that apply to me. So, if I had to choose two out of the 46, definitely voyeurism.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, I told you I like porn. So,
I think that goes beyond porn. Doesn't it be
do you
like
think?
looking in somebody's window
Well,
or
I'm not going
something?
to be looking in somebody's window watching them have sex, but I do like to watch porn. I've never seen a live demonstration. I'll say that. So,
What? You didn't get your Punani poets on or something?
oh, that was
Watching.
another one too. I have to mention it was standing in front of the mirror while you're having sex.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a turn on.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's a
that
turn
doesn't
on.
seem standing in front of the mirror or having a mirror nearby. 'Cause,
Or if you're standing,
I mean, if you're
kind of.
standing up,
I mean, you're not just.
what are
I'm
you doing?
saying
Are you
it's.
doing a solo
You're
performance standing
watching.
up in front of a mirror? I mean, because it says standing in front of a mirror.
Well, let me look. Let me look at it. Um,
That
it's
sounds
having
like
sex in front of a mirror. Like I know guys that
okay,
like to
having
have
sex in front of a mirror.
mirrors up on top the wall, or
That's porn.
that's well. It's a fetish, you know.
I mean,
So let me ask you, you
it's
don't
like-
have any mirrors in your room? Have you ever had sex in front of the mirror? Let me ask.
I'm off
Really?
today. I can't do all that.
Really? You don't want to get naked today?
No, I'm not getting naked today.
See,
I'm tired. I had a hard day.
Mark, get your mind right. Oh, damn, my bad.
Just throw me. It's terrible.
Mr. Sensational, get your mind right. So you've never been that guy to have the mirrors on the ceiling.
I might have once in my lifetime glanced across and seen my reflection
And seeing how you were.
and admired my technique. This one time,
And
That's
so
it.
what made you do that?
pure ego.
Right, exactly. So don't act like you don't understand it when I say it. You're just not used to hearing a woman admit to that. Is that,
I don't understand.
yeah.
It was an accident.
It was an
I didn't know that
accident.
mirror
You're
was
not going to
there.
live that down, believe
So I
me.
Caught my eye, looked, I said, oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
And that was that.
That was that. So you never did it again.
No comment.
Okay. Okay. Oh, so I would say I have a couple of fetishes. I like to be tickled by feathers. I like the idea of feathers anyway. Let's see. There was something else that had applied to me. I said voyeurism, and what was one more? I know definitely I'm not into. One of the fetishes was having somebody piss on you. Fuck that.
My mind's
Yeah.
telling me no.
Fuck that. That is not happening. Or, I know someone who says her boyfriend likes to be pissed on. What I say to that is, how would you know you like to be pissed on unless you've been pissed on? Exactly. We can't piss on you like.
I hope they have plastic.
Right, that's what
mattresses
I'm
in all
saying.
their furniture, because that would be very disgusting.
That's nasty. That's nasty. I mean, I can't
smell
even
like
imagine
bathroom
it. And I'm not passing judgment. I'm just saying to each his own. But you're not pissing on me. That's not hell. That's not sexy.
That's that. You just don't get into that.
You just no. Hell to the no. So there are people out here that get aroused thinking about animals. Yeah, I mean, I've seen videos where women were fucked by horses, and
Ooh, this is just going somewhere just in a
people have different things that
In
floats their
dark
boat. I mean, to
we're
each
in
his
deep
own.
places right now. I feel like a spoon in a.
Hi, Rebecca. Hi, Stan. Thanks for joining us. I know Stan has some fetishes.
Uh-oh.
He's gonna get quiet. He's not gonna say anything.
Mm-hmm. People get a little.
They get nervous when you start talking sexual fetish.
I know I don't. Shit.
Mr. Sensational tried to get low
I'm getting
on
low
the
this
sexual
one.
fetish.
I got nothing to
I
tell
gotta
you.
ask our musician over here. Put him on blast. What's your fetish?
That's my fetish. I don't know, define fetish exactly.
Anything that people might consider sexually weird.
I have a fascination with feet.
Okay, that's a fetish.
But
You like toes? You suck on toes?
But the question now is clean or dirty?
Clean.
Okay.
Clean, okay.
Because I had a friend of mine that she had a friend. He would want her to like wear shoes all day with no socks,
He want the pig feet
and then
smell?
and then come over his house with her funky shoes. And
That's a little different.
I was fascinated by that because she told me one time, I was like, "Yeah, this guy offered me $600 for my dirty shoes." I was like, "You better go get that damn money."
Now, since you say that, I remember years ago being in a relationship and we broke up, and he asked, could he smell my panties one last time? Now, I gotta ask, what the hell is up with the smelling of the panties?
One last cry.
Yeah, just one last time. Hey, Cree.
One last.
What's up with that?
That's
That's a little different. Yeah. I was like, what? You want to smell my
just want-
panties?
To keep that sensation
It
going.
was
a
like,
little longer.
yeah, the ones that you have on. I mean, I know a couple of dudes like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
So did he?
I'm not at liberty to discuss that.
Oh, what happened to getting naked and all that?
Okay, I snatched the sheets off of myself. Goddamn right, I let him smell my panties.
Did you ever get them back?
He could have them. I mean,
So I see you have a little fetish too of sharing your dirty.
well, that
panties
was a
with
little different. Nobody had ever asked me that, and I was like,
Intriguing, huh?
yes, very much so.
Ah.
Because it was, I guess,
So,
an
I
ego
need
thing.
to-
Like
we need to
I affected him that much that he wanted to smell my panties.
Yeah, that's pretty effective.
That's yeah. I was like, wait a minute, I must got some hot shit.
well.
Hi, skinny man. Now that you've joined us, you can tell us what your fetish is. Oh, the missus. Hey, missus. What's your sex fetish? So, when I think about some of the things that I hear, some people like to be spanked, men and women. Have you been spanked, Mark?
Hell no. When I was
Would you be open to
hell,
being spanked?
Hell no.
Really? At all?
Hell no.
Feathers?
No.
Not tickled
No,
by
hell
feathers?
No.
Well, don't be trying to be up in here, not getting naked.
Look, it's not even pointing out. I'm just keeping it 100%. That doesn't do anything for me.
You
I don't
tried
even-
the feathers.
No, I'm just like, there's certain, I don't know, you know what, I think I'm just a different type guy.
Okay,
I'm
speak on it.
I'm a little old school, and
Well, Mark, I'm 50 years old, so how much old school are you?
that's not women.
And that means what?
That means you have different thoughts on things. See, I'm more of a traditional guy type thing.
I consider myself traditional.
Oh, hell no. Have you looked in the mirror this morning?
What I'm saying is I'm traditional about certain things. But now with sex, I'm a little different. I'll say that. I am overall a traditional person, but when it comes to sex, I'm a little different. I'll say that.
I believe in mastering your craft on the basics. I'm more like, the
Missionary.
basics. The basic stuff.
What's basic? Because what's basic to you and me would probably be two different things. So what's basic?
I'm not smelling no drawers. I'm not slapping no feathers.
But
I'm
let
not
me
doing-
let me just ask this. You're not smelling drawers, but you are licking the snatch.
I mean, that's part of the basic package.
So what's the
then
difference in smelling drawers?
It's just some things that just make it seem a little dirty. It's like you can't.
And
just-
not
some
going
things
downtown that's considered what?
Well, I know as a guy, it's a requirement with a
For guys, right?
Well,
But yeah, go ahead, get yourself in trouble.
I'm not getting in trouble.
Nah, I know, it's all good.
I'm gonna tell you right now, and I had that discussion before. I'm like, it's like, well, if I didn't do this, would we be in a relationship? I said no. It's like I would probably cheat.
Well, because we
I
do
would like
have
you.
certain, we have
But I
requirements,
I
yeah.
would be faithful to you.
Yeah.
We'd be friends, but I tell you right off the top, it's like I ain't got somebody else I'm dealing with.
And I'm like that too. When I was dating, I had one guy that said he just did not go downtown. There was nothing else left to talk about.
And there you have it.
Yeah, because you like what you like. And if you have someone that's not interested in doing it, you're wasting time.
I agree. And see, go get them there. 'Cause I was like, you know what? I don't even think they make the non-city dwellers anymore.
Yeah,
I'm like, what
I'm
the hell?
saying.
You're not what? It's like,
I'm amazed that even in today's society that there are still people that don't. I have to be honest.
I don't believe they make them anymore.
I think that there's probably a 2%, that still don't.
And they're not doing anything anyway. They're just they're the deplorables and whatnot.
I think sometimes
anyway. So,
you get
So
you get in a
it's
relationship with somebody like that, and you're hoping that maybe they'll change. It's kind of like, why waste your time?
Big mistake.
Yeah, why waste your time?
in the effort for the relationship, they're going to have to change, or they're going to have to keep it moving.
Keep it moving. Walk away.
I mean, there's certain what other deal breaking walk away things do you have in a relationship?
That's definitely number one on the list. Number two, if I had to pick something, I'm going to probably have to think on that one. You have to know what you're doing. You can't. This is some serious shit here. So I have to be satisfied. So for me, if I have to tell you, I mean, it's one thing to walk you through maybe first time on how I like to feel. But the second time you still not getting it, we got a problem. Because I'm looking to have an orgasm. And if you can't take me there, we really have some problems right now.
It's like going to a job. It's like, you know what, you have your 90-day period. If you can't acquire the skills, then you
give them 90 days. You give, yeah, I mean, but 90 days is a long time when you're talking in terms of sex.
That's true.
Yeah, that's a long time of being unfulfilled.
Same concept. So how long would you wait? How many times do you say, you know what, it's not?
A month.
A month, though. You on a 30-day plan.
Because why waste time if they're not getting it?
What if they're trying?
If you're trying, I mean, how hard are you trying and you're still not taking me to the moon?
You telling them what to do.
Huh?
You telling them what to do. You giving them step-by-step instructions.
If I give you step-by-step and you still can't get me there, I feel like you're not trying hard enough.
Okay. What if you're in love?
I'm probably not going to be to that point if I'm not taken to the moon.
So you're saying your love is based on...
I'm saying
whether
that...
or not you're going to get your astronaut.
Let me just say, in the first month that you're seeing somebody, are you in love right then and there?
You might be infatuated.
Yeah, and that fizzles if they can't please you.
You think
right?
you're in love.
You know when you're in love. Now, I got to read these comments because Skinny Man said, you can't do all with every woman. I'll give you that.
Amen.
Sherry says, they may be selfish, only looking for their own satisfaction. Well, when you're in a relationship, both parties have to be satisfied. I mean, and I think that that's a conversation that you should have. What's your turn-ons and what's your turn-offs? So you can't go to the next level and not know that. I believe in not wasting time and telling you up front the things that turn me on and the things that turn me off. And I have a 2 or 3 orgasm minimum. I'm just saying.
You require a lot.
But I can help you get me there. That's my point.
2 or 3 in one sitting.
Yeah. I know what I like, and I know how to get me to a certain point.
Bro, is it just me? But I'm like, you know what? You have a healthy dance card there where you got to get 2 or 3 runs off.
Well, it doesn't happen every time. I mean, you got to realize I've been married 25 years. We're on different levels now. You know, he's probably slowed down some. So, but when we first started dating, yeah, definitely. He was, I'd have to say he was my equal.
I want to shake his hand. So I'm like, you know what?
Yeah, Skinny Man, we talking relationship.
You've been through the fire, sir.
Yeah, so, and it was kind of,
chest.
We learned a lot about each other. So, which goes back to conversations. If you're not really having certain conversations, which a lot of people kind of shy away from sex in the beginning of the relationship, nobody wants to really talk about it because probably for the woman, she's not looking to give it up right then and there. I ain't never had hang-ups with that, but I know a lot of women do.
So let's delve into that.
Yeah, let's get naked.
So, see, because I'm asking you questions, I'm throwing it back at you.
And you know I ain't ashamed.
Do you think there is what is the acceptable level? Because you said, like, I need to get 2 or 3 before, or else I'm not messing with you.
Don't go by me.
What happens? I mean, you know, I'm saying, because I'm not asking just you.
Right, it's in general.
What is one and done like a thing of the past, or is it, or sometimes people might not get any on it? You know, like,
if it's a marathon, that first round is a knockdown, drag out marathon.
Mm-hmm.
you might not have the energy for 2 or 3. I've had those often. But if you're in a relationship and they can't get you there a couple of times, maybe they don't know you, or maybe you don't know your body. That's another thing. When I say that, it's because I know my body, but so does he. So, and that comes to what we said a couple of weeks ago, being spiritually connected to one another. That's not something that you could have with everyone. So, it's about, women. I know a lot of us are afraid to touch ourselves to fully understand what gets us to a certain level. But I think that when you're unable to do that, you limit the magnitude of your orgasm. I really believe that. So you have to be able to pleasure yourself in order to assist that man on how to take you to the next level.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Because you mentioned earlier about the smell and all that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of women out there who don't even know what they smell like or what they taste like.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know? So let alone them being open to having a relationship like that where
Yeah.
they know themselves. So.
And that's what it comes down to. I mean, I talk a lot of stuff, but at the same time, I know what gets me to a certain level, and I'm not ashamed of admitting, yes, I like to masturbate. Shit, if I done had a long damn day, I might come home and turn myself on. And then I'm wound up it's mine, goddamn right. And I'm wound up. And hell, sometimes I get even more turned on if he's there watching. That's just me.
What number on the fetish list is that?
That might be voyeurism.
I know that's on there.
Actually, I didn't see that on here.
Well, we should add 47.
47, masturbation.
Exhibitionist?
I am that.
It is now on the list.
It's not, that should be number 1.
All right.
So now, and I'm going to stay with the masturbation thing. Is it true, or would you say that maybe 85% of men masturbate?
They do in jail.
So you've never masturbated?
You said baited or baited?
Masturbate. Do you masturbate?
Yeah, let's. Once in a while.
Do you masturbate?
Don't turn that on me.
Oh yeah.
Look.
Now y'all want to be acting all shy and shit.
You take that thing on here. See.
You can answer it off camera.
I would say it's probably higher than that.
I think so too, but there are sometimes men that say, all these women out here, why would I have to do that? I don't think it's about the women that are out here. I think that it's about loving up on yourself.
Shoot, I could be away from my partner and I'm thinking about her.
Yeah, well, exactly.
I said jail,
Jail.
There you go. There you go, being extra.
I'm just saying.
Okay, Skinny Man said all the time. Antonio, you masturbate? I think that you're being conservative.
I'm a conservative. I voted for Trump.
No, you're being conservative. I don't believe that you don't. But you're trying to be good.
Who, me?
Yes.
I'm saying I got locked up once.
So, are you saying there's always somebody at your disposal to where you don't have to masturbate? Is that what you're saying?
I am saying that if there's someone at your disposal, then you should utilize that.
And if not,
then you should.
You get the Vaseline in your hand. It's
yours. You can do whatever you want.
Exactly. That's my point. I think that a lot of times
anybody can do what they want. It's my stuff. You go. You run with it. More power to you. Exactly.
I think people are so shy about talking about it. That's one of those taboo topics, But get naked with yourself. I think that's one of the biggest ways to figure out what your turn on is and what it isn't,
Let me see this list here. Because we're gonna ask some questions. We're gonna group these. Okay, so
some of those are really at the far end of the spectrum of weirdness.
I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The first 8. Now we're going to put this out to the listeners
Oh, put it out there.
And it's a yes or a no. I'm going to read off 4, 5, 6, 7, the first 8 on this list.
The first 8.
Let's get a yes or a no. Or matter of fact, yeah. If you, it doesn't have to say which one.
Okay.
But if there are any in this list that you tend to go towards, I don't even know how to pronounce.
I know a lot of them are like, what?
Acrotomophilia, arousal to amputees.
That's just nasty.
Accuracy.
Oh, that stub. Look, that stub look mighty sexy. Wow.
You know, whatever turns you on. Arousal to the sun rays.
That's a little different.
Arousal to statues. Arousal to a person of extreme stature, either giant or dwarf. Now I know some.
Now I know people, yeah.
That chase basketball players and stuff.
Or the dwarf.
Just because. Now, arousal to oneself as an amputee. Arousal to oneself, male only, in the form of a woman. Arousal to oneself dressed as a giant cartoon-like stuffed animal. Or arousal to caverns, crevices, and valleys. If you have any one of those in your...
Raise your hand.
Raise your hand. If you were touched today by something on here. If anything spoke to you, please.
Please, shout it out. Shout it out. That's funny.
Matter of fact, I'm going to put a couple more on there just so, we'll protect
Just to open it up.
Protect the guilty.
Yeah, see.
Let's see, we have arousal to falling downstairs.
That's craziness.
Arousal to feces.
That's just nasty.
Oh, speaking of arousal to older adolescents, approximately 15 to 19. Rick James had that song, 17. She was 17,
yeah.
And nobody questioned that one.
Nobody questioned that.
She was only 17.
Everybody know Rick had some stuff going on.
Rick was a wild dude.
But I would say there's probably...
arousal to displaying one's sexual organs in public. Takes a glass of water.
What's that time down the Mardi Gras?
Wait a second. We're going to turn this one around because we're going to need it. Yeah, you see that? You see that sip?
Well, I'm not going to say public. I'm going to say being in the hotel room and you're on the balcony and you just kind of want to let shit fall out. If you're up high, nobody's really, unless they're the hotel across from you.
That's cool.
I didn't deny it.
Yeah.
Ooh, Lord,
I didn't deny it.
Here today?
I always said I should have probably lived in a nudist colony. Yeah. It's still not too late. I may do that. The husband got to get his mind right.
So, any of our listeners have any?
Nobody's
comments?
saying anything.
Y'all lie. And
Skinny Man said he likes nudists. He wants y'all to tell the truth. He feel like y'all not being honest.
Let's see. I've never been aroused by falling downstairs.
That doesn't sound exciting. That
aroused.
sounds painful.
Oh, here you go. The sex in front of mirrors.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Arousal to touching a stranger surreptitiously in a crowded place.
Which one of those?
Touching how? Sexually?
I'm assuming. That's the creepy dudes that like grab your butt in a crowd.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah. That wouldn't be something
I
that
saw
would be.
the nastiest thing and whatnot. It was like on YouTube. This guy was literally masturbating and he was ejaculating on people.
Oh, that's
public,
nasty.
And they didn't know about it. It was so bad.
How? How does that?
He would be he was in a Walmart and was going behind people and ejaculating on their clothes, and they had no clue. And he filmed it.
Wow. Yeah. Now, I watched a video probably about 15 years ago of a guy sucking his own dick. It was impressive, but then I'm like, first of all, you had to practice that for a long ass time. I mean, wouldn't you agree? I always thought that was something that was impossible.
First, you gotta
But-
have the desire.
And you you have to be
desire.
strong, I
He
guess,
has
to
to really
lift your
question-
goddamn legs up, right?
Well, I guess he didn't have any, boring Friday
I
nights.
was like, I had to look again, like, what? Yeah, that's different.
That
Of
was-
course, he was Caucasian.
Oh yeah, you talking about what's his name? I forgot his name. He's fat dude now, old guy.
No, it wasn't
Oh,
Ron
man.
Jeremy.
I've seen Ron Jeremy in a movie do that.
Oh, he's disgusting. Yeah, but no, this guy was fit, and he was going to town, and I'm like, that's weird.
That is a little different.
Yeah, that's a lot different.
So he don't even need to leave his house.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly,
What you doing tonight?
exactly.
You doing this weekend? Nothing.
Nothing.
No, I ain't going out.
Yeah.
You
I'm
know?
gonna give myself some hand and call it a day.
So if you hit your own self on, does that count as a gay experience?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. I would have to say yes, wouldn't it? I mean, from a man's perspective, what do you think?
Well, if you
You're sucking your own dick, meaning
if you pleasure yourself, is that considered a homosexual experience?
no.
if
If
you
you're
masturbate.
masturbating,
So
No.
if you have the ability to do what this guy did, would that still be under the rule?
I think that's weird.
That's a good,
I think that's
Does it
really
fall under
weird.
that
that's a
realm?
really good. That's a really good. Not good question.
I mean, it's a horrible question.
It's
but
It's a definitely horrible question.
But it's one to make you think,
Logic of
like,
it,
does it? I mean,
Yeah, that's a very interesting question.
I mean,
And are you considered gay if you're sucking your own dick?
I mean,
That's something to think about. That means you're interested in sucking dick.
I guess in a technical sense, if you were pleasuring yourself, in that sense, you would make the argument that you're it's like pulling off another person. So, if you're free to pleasure yourself, then I suppose in the strangest sense, you may be allowed to.
That would fall under masturbation. Is that what you're saying?
I
I think
don't
that's
know
taking
how
masturbation
I
to
don't
a
know
different
how I
level.
can-
Wouldn't you agree?
I don't want to be the lawyer on that one, but
Let's put it. Yeah, that's.
I really don't.
I think it's like two different.
I'm not sure how I
Thanks for
understand.
ruining my whole outlook on masturbation.
Okay.
It's the devil.
Talk about taboo. That's like.
Ooh, that's just a whole nother level.
That's
there.
yes.
I tell you,
Might have to research that one.
I'm not touching it. I'm just not going to know on this one. I'm like, you know what?
But that's a great point. That's a great point. First of all, who has the time? Because isn't that something that you would have to practice over the years?
Yoga is very popular though.
Well, that's true. So, and somebody that practiced yoga would be able to do something like that. They'd have to
Probably.
be motivated. But I can't imagine from a woman's standpoint licking your own self. I just can't imagine. I think for a guy it would be much easier because your shit sticks out. You know what I'm saying?
I can't believe we're discussing the biomechanics of hitting yourself off. I am so disturbed. Turn that thing around. I don't even want to be seen right now. I'm changing.
Let me see what they saying in the group. I mean, because it's
That
definitely
is so
different.
disturbing.
Oh, Skinny Man said that's gross.
I agree.
Hi, Vanita. I just think that it is definitely interesting. I think more so I could see it from a guy's standpoint because for women it would be damn near impossible. But at the same time, why would you want to? Why would you want to take it that far?
It's pretty damn narcissistic, if anything.
I guess to prove a point, like I can do this.
It's like, I don't need you.
I don't need you. I can suck my own self. You know, I mean, that's a little different.
It's like him and the dog sitting in the
Now, I'm just saying that's bizarre.
The total package.
Exactly. I can hit my own self off. That's That's weird.
That is disturbing.
On that note, we're gonna take a little break, and you will be entertained by the soulful sounds of Richard Semper on the steel drums. That was different.
If you don't give me a little leeway there so I can mix that. Okay.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Like,
I'm
go to
sorry.
steel
I
drums.
know.
You need some.
That was a little deep, you know. It's like, wait a minute.
I'm gonna just
My
go and
bad.
play some music real quick.
You're gonna do two, right?
And let them set up.
Okay.
Let me know when you're ready.
Oh, okay. I just threw something on there. Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
We need to get you on a mic.
I'm good. I'll take it. We didn't use a mic last time.
Yeah, we could hear him.
Let me make sure that the
Nothing
lady
was unplugged.
downstairs is out.
Okay.
She does what's it called? Acupuncture.
Oh, really?
Lois, and she was complaining to the landlord the last couple of days.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm gonna see if she's still awake.
Okay. See, I took my earpiece out this time because I want to make sure that, you know, I can get it on YouTube. Well, I'm filming from YouTube. I was so mad. I was like, are you kidding me? Yeah.
I'm like, but some of them things is like, because I wanted to ask is, what's the gateway fetish? You know, just like marijuana.
Yeah.
Drug,
Yeah.
which one of them fetishes will get you into that whole world? You know, because once you get one thing, you be like, you know, because I don't think, you know, some of them extreme stuff, they started out somewhere.
They started out somewhere. Absolutely. Yeah.
It might start out with
What?
something
And
small,
I think a person has to be mentally somewhere else for a lot of that stuff.
Jackie, it's all about perception because
That's true.
there are laws in Maryland right now that say that oral sex is against the law.
Yeah.
It's a Puritan law, so it depends on,
Yeah.
you know,
Where you live.
because when I was a teenager, oral sex was few and far between.
It was,
It
and the girl in the neighborhood that you found out was giving head was like rare.
yeah.
Everybody knew who it was, you
That
know.
was no big deal.
Yeah.
So it's all about
Now everybody's doing it.
Let's do it around 8.
Around
She's
8.
still living. I'm guessing she's probably gonna leave out
Okay.
around 8 o'clock.
All right. Well, you got music on,
So
right?
do one and we just jump back in.
Okay. Yeah, that's
It's interesting because it's like, yeah, that guy who doing that thing at Walmart, he started off doing something like a gateway fetish.
Yeah.
something real small, and next thing you know, he done morphed into probably something crazy like that.
That's interesting. Gateway fetishes.
Yeah.
Each one of
See.
them is a gateway fetish.
Yeah, this
at
is
it.
this. But you know, I don't know how far you can go after some of this stuff. It's like,
Yeah.
you've got. I mean, you got some weird.
There's a lot of weird stuff on there.
Some of the midgets and animals and stuff.
Well, see, you know, I'm like, if you know, looking at mountains and valleys turns you on, all good. But when they got stuff in here about, you know, arousal the young kids and stuff like that,
That's,
I can't get, you know, that
Yeah,
involves
that was-
that's some other stuff.
but I think it depends on what part of the world you're in, because in some places that is the norm.
It depends on time. It depends on society. Because I'm telling you, there's some cultures, oral sex is
Yeah.
this thing you're doing because nobody feel.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff is like really bizarre.
Yeah, it's disturbing.
Half of it, over half of it, I haven't even heard of. So
Eating other person's body parts.
you say lick 'em?
arousal to eating another person's body parts.
What are you, Dharma or something?
I mean, I guess
Nibbling toes.
I mean,
That's what he said. Eating.
eating.
Like
Eating.
consuming.
That's what I'm trying to figure. Is it consuming or is it just like working
Just
around
nibbling
the edges?
and yeah.
Am I,
You know.
I'm not on camera. I mean, I'm not.
No, I turned it around. Yeah.
I'm not on air.
We were ordered.
Are you recording?
I'm recording, but you want me to?
No, because there was this guy. It was this somebody said this joke about this guy at work, right? Where he's like super greedy, So somebody said like it was some kind of obsession. He would like eat like potlucks and stuff, 4 plates and just he was like, what's wrong with you? Somebody said you probably one of those people that go home and eat naked.
Jerk off on cookbooks. I mean,
You never know how people live.
Sit at home in a chair.
Yeah, you never know. Oh, chuck roast. You never know how people live.
Books everywhere under the
Yeah.
bed.
Yeah.
Syrup all over.
Sir.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe there are.
But there's different
It
degrees.
takes all kinds.
So each one of them is that there's all sorts of extreme. There's the
They started somewhere. Yeah.
like voyeurism.
Yes.
It might be like, okay, I'm at a window, I'm gonna do like that or something like that. And then
Yeah.
people want to walk around naked outside in traffic.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I saw a guy walking down 83 naked. I'm not lying. And my god sister was with me. I was like, oh, you see that? I said something must have been wrong with him. And I was like, oh my god, he is like butt naked.
I mean, first off, why is he on 83? And
Exactly.
then he want to be butt ass naked.
Right.
That's a double. What the
I
hell is
was
wrong
like
with you?
blown.
Alright, so we got 30. So let's go in for about 10 minutes. or
10
so.
minutes.
I give him then after 8.
8, yeah.
If she's not done. She's just gonna have to work with it.
See.
I'm like, that's fair game. You know what I'm saying?
Then we could do it after 8.
I could play something soft.
You can play something soft.
I had Blurred Lines queued up,
Okay. I love that song.
We are.
It's the fetish talk that got the mics all. We're back. Richard is going to play for us probably after 8. Right now, we're going to go back into the discussion about the fetishes. Interestingly enough, what's the fetish about the kids?
There are several, and I think they go to the bizarre, the disturbing.
Yeah, it's very disturbing, but I think depending on what part of the world you live in, because there are, groups of people who marry young. And I mean, even at one point in the black community, I think, the women were marrying at the age of 13 and 14. And that's a child.
Wasn't that Ving Rhames and Rosewood?
Scrappy. Yeah. So it was allowed at one point. But at that age, yeah. And at that age, what kind of relationship could a child have? And yet men were marrying young girls.
Yeah,
it was allowed then. So I'm not sure where, we actually, I guess, evolved, but I would have, and, as a grandmother of a young girl, that's to me like unacceptable. But it was the norm back then.
I think it was the women's liberation movement that changed that.
Yeah, you're probably right, because nobody wants to think of their 13-year-old child leaving home to be married to some rusty ass old man. I'm just saying. That's my thought, So when I think of that list, it's weird for us now, but back long time ago, it was the norm.
It was it? I mean, I'm trying to figure out, were they actually attracted to them?
It was arranged.
It just a expectation that you would get a teenage girl and
Yeah.
marry them and basically raise them and mold them to be your Stepford. of sorts.
Because think back to The Color Purple.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I don't know why
Yeah.
I want you because you're ugly. You can't do it.
Yeah, but she was more or less the babysitter to his kids.
Mhm.
So it was allowed then. Nobody frowned their face up on it because it was something that people were doing. Now we have a different spin on it. Maybe because we know better, different times. And as you mentioned, women's lib. So it's funny, but I still think that's weird. And the fact that it's a fetish is like people somewhere are still doing that.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Now, I want to see what's going on with the listeners. Now, I'm going to throw a few more out there. We have arousal to being cold and watching others who are cold.
Well, think about this. Arousal to being cold, and I could probably see that being a guy thing. And here's why I say that. For us, when we're cold, our nipples usually get hard. So I can see a guy being turned on by that.
Yeah, but he's cold.
Oh,
It
so,
says
okay, he's
being
cold, being cold.
and watching
What's the
others who are
turn on? I
cold.
mean, what is the turn on about watching somebody shiver because they're cold? What is the turn on?
I don't know. Maybe they like, the junkie shake or something. It's,
We got any
That junkie shake
derivative
turns you
or
on,
something, you know what
or
I'm saying?
we got any callers from Alaska?
Like, yes, Ned looked like that. Arousal to stuttering. Interesting.
Don't take this ass.
Y'all crazy. I'm gonna fuck
Damn it.
No offense for those of you that have a stutter.
Right?
But that's interesting. I mean, that's kind of like at the far end of the spectrum, I
Unless
guess.
he's trying to talk while he's down there.
Right? They were like,
No, don't say
like
nothing.
it.
Don't say nothing. Don't talk. Y'all terrible. Y'all terrible.
like you come back to my, okay. Like, that's my boyfriend, the man.
See? That's crazy.
Like, read
But,
that book, baby.
I mean, I guess I can't see that being a turn on, but to each his own.
I guess it depends on what the situation is.
Depends on what you like. I mean,
You know?
And they label some of this stuff?
he might be
Yeah,
remixing down there.
Wow. That's
They got,
Yeah.
Let's
they
see,
got a
we've
name
got
for that. Wow.
objectophilia, arousal to a particular object distinct from fetishism. Partialism,
Yeah, 'cause I know some women
arousal.
that's aroused by, my checkbook.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're aroused by your wallet.
Your fetish is money.
I'm aroused by money and
Oh
credit
Lord, he
cards.
got so excited about that one.
Did I? Woo! Good Lord.
That's about it.
Jesus. Woo! Shut up. Yeah, I like that. I think we all got that.
So let me ask, since we're
Arousal to a
talking
big
about
ass
the
check.
money, would you have sex on a pile of money? Would that turn you on?
I mean,
I'll have
it ain't
sex
no
on.
deal breaker.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I will do my Scrooge McDuck all day. Yes, I would.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, me and Oprah will get it in on a pile of money. Her money.
I know that's right.
Let's see. What is we have Nismalangia,
The hell
which
is
is arousal to being tickled.
Okay.
Lithophilia is arousal to stone and gravel. Melissophilia is arousal to bees and wasps.
So you want the shit stung out of you before
Right.
you actually.
And love it, right?
Ain't before class.
Meanwhile, one side of your body is swollen.
You have nasolingus is arousal to sucking on a person's nose.
That's not cute.
Nebulophilia is arousal to fog.
But what a
see.
fog? I guess with that being out in the fog, it sets the mood.
Okay. You saved that one because I was.
Yes.
stressing out here.
So we talked about this. It's called captive tronophilia, which is arousal to sex in front of mirrors.
Yeah, I think that there's nothing wrong with that.
You have gerontophilia, which is arousal to the elderly.
That's just.
They got a name for that?
Yes.
Well, I guess if you think about somebody like, what's her name? Miss Ernestine, the bodybuilder.
She's an exception.
But she's elderly.
She got body.
She got body, yes.
But I don't know. But
She's the exception to the rule.
I ain't trolling the old folks on
you might have a hard time finding another one like that. Yeah.
Right.
Let's see. You have arousal to, what's it? Phygophilia is arousal to buttocks. I think most brothers have that.
Well, yeah, you admitted that.
Savantophilia is arousal to the cognitively impaired or developmentally delayed.
So you're attracted to the
Shorty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Stygophilia.
they need love too.
Everybody needs some. I ain't mad at you.
You know, some jokes just set themselves up.
Exactly.
I mean, but you know, it's not their fault.
So let me ask a question since
their
we're
fault.
talking about it. Okay. You meet somebody and they're developmentally challenged, but they got a fat ass and big boobs.
I've seen that once. I was me and my homeboy at the corner, get ready, going to it was at the old spot. This was years and years ago. And this guy was walking down, it might have been her daughter. Mm-hmm. And you can kind of tell something might have been up with it. But she was bad. I was like, we both look like, damn. It's like, I think she might be a little bit on the short, but damn.
And so because she was on the short bus, that disqualified her from...
I said the girl was bad.
I was just saying.
I'm being honest with you. She was tight.
Okay.
Like she jumped out of magazine. I don't
Right.
know what magazine. Might have been, Jack and Jill.
I can see
I
the
can't
arousal.
believe you
I can
did
see the
that.
arousal for like intelligence. You know.
But I don't think
Smart,
that's
yeah.
a fetish, right? Is that considered a fetish?
What's that?
For intellect. Being...
I think that's just,
That's-
having...
What you attracted to.
Because you don't know that off the bat. You got to have a conversation with them.
But
So
then when you find out, you be like, oh, I'm really.
I'm going to fuck the shit out of her brain.
Well,
Is
geeks
that what
are very
you-
much in it. Everybody's is a nerd now and geek, and it's
Yeah,
like,
that's
it's cool
true.
now.
Yeah. Where it wasn't in.
I was like, say another big word, baby.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, Stygiophilia is arousal to the thought of hellfire and damnation.
And that's different.
Yeah, but I mean, I see a lot of these vampire-ish,
The gothic.
goth hellfire guys,
Yeah.
running around, and they got their own thing. So
Yeah,
more
well,
power to them.
more power to them.
Let's see. You have transvestic fetishism, which is arousal to female garments touching the male skin. Europhilia.
That's a man thing.
Yeah, that's we had a lot of that at the other spot.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
There's a
Yeah.
whole bunch of them running around.
Right.
Europhilia is arousal to urine or urinating others. We're not going to touch that.
We're not going to touch that.
Vorophilia is arousal to eating another person's body parts.
That's cannibalism.
I thought so.
Right. There's actually a fetish for that?
Yeah, cannibalism can be a fetish. Okay, moving on.
Oh, yeah, well.
Xylophilia is arousal to wood. I guess it's all what you consider wood, but
Right.
I see what you did there.
so you need the vorophilia and xylophilia together, so you have arousal to eating wood. Which
Who comes
is
up
all
with this
how
stuff?
it's all how you look at it. Zoophilia is arousal to non-human animal. What is a non-human
What's a
animal?
non-human animal? Not a man, but
A beast.
a beast.
Beauty and the Beast.
A non-human. Well, a dog, any kind of animal, right?
Yeah, it's non-human.
I thought there was another word.
There's human animals.
Right. So
Yeah,
you like a dog? I mean, a dog, cat,
I don't know. Wait, I'm just reading.
a horse. Because
I
I go back
recorded.
to the horse thing because it's a little different. I again, I saw a video of a woman being fucked by a horse, and horses are hung.
Well, that's why they say.
Hung like a horse.
I would think that could kill somebody.
I would think so too. I mean, like, damn.
You have 4 feet. So that could probably,
That's like I
mess
said.
your
That's a little
insides up
different.
a little bit.
And who sits there and think, I want this horse to fuck the shit out of me?
But where did it start?
Where did exactly?
it start?
It didn't start with us.
They
That's
don't
for
know.
damn sure.
But that person didn't start with that horse. She probably started
With a dog.
and then it rose up.
And
to
then
it.
they saw how the horse
The
was
size queen At
stacking.
one point it was like the bigger the better, and
They kept
Yeah.
going to the-
Yeah, that's.
yeah,
It's
like
weird.
You keep that.
Let me see what these fetishes are in the group.
You have nebulophilia is arousal to fog.
Okay, I got some comments. So Antonio says, not all men and women masturbate because I'm not knocking it. More power to you. So let me ask you a question. Are you saying you've never ever had to masturbate, or I'm not going to say have to, but you've never masturbated? Let's see.
So ever.
Never ever. Hi Anthony. Hi Demetrius. Hey Rose. So I'm gonna ask a question. Yeah, we're talking about some weird shit tonight. The topic was sexual fetish, which is taboo. So it's all kind of weird fetishes out here. So I'm gonna ask those of you listening to just type in what your fetish is. Let's not be shy because, as you know, we get naked on the show, and I don't have a problem putting my ass on the line. So I said what my fetishes are. So I'd like to know what yours are. Let's see what happens. Nobody's gonna comment on that. It's like,
hell no.
I don't want everybody looking at me sideways.
Right?
I
They're
don't
like,
give a fuck.
oh.
I'm just gonna say what my shit is, and it is what it is.
But see, you didn't say you were.
But don't go by me.
You didn't say you were addicted to statues or amputees.
Well,
or
that's just nasty. I
canvas
can't.
crevices of
I'm not gonna
valor.
say nasty because everybody's into their own thing. So what's weird to me might be exciting to someone else. So if you're turned on by a statue, to me it would have at least be a statue with a dick exposed. I mean, I'm just saying if we're being honest, but just to be turned on by a statue.
Hasn't Michelangelo's David that got knocked out?
Well, yeah, that's a minute piece. So, but there are probably people that are attracted to it.
But there might be some men who's attracted to female statues.
True too.
You know,
Yeah.
females who
Like, look at that.
Y'all like
Venus.
mannequins?
Um,
Big titty mannequins?
I have this thing against mannequins and mimes.
Oh God, you afraid of them or
No, they just piss me off.
why?
I don't know that whole. The whole.
That's annoying. Yeah, that is annoying.
See, now, I'm gonna piss a bunch of people off, but I really don't care. I can't stand the praise dances in the church.
Why not?
The ones with the mask on are always doing. They got like 3 moves.
And so what about that
me
pisses
off.
you off?
Every
What is
week,
it?
You put any song on any record,
same move.
they do the same
The
3
same.
moves.
That's true. Is that what
Like,
pisses you off?
yes,
Because they
I'm
don't
like,
have any new
Would
moves?
you get your mask wearing 3 move self off the stage? Come on, man.
And that's like a big thing now.
Come on. You know what? because you can sit there and not be able to dance and put a mask on. Nobody knows.
Nobody
you
knows
got
you're
the
up
damn
there
rhythm.
making a fool of yourself. Or,
I'm like,
yeah.
I can't take the mask off, the gloves off, go sit back in the congregation with everybody else.
Well, their
'Cause
thing
y'all
is
pissing me
they're
off.
dancing for God, so
No, God
probably
don't like
doesn't
that.
matter how bad it is or whatever the case may
God said you can't dance. Sit down in the congregation. I'm like,
be. Okay, tell us how you really feel.
God don't like ugly. And don't like the rhythm. I'm just saying.
Now he's wound up.
I'm serious. So you gonna tell me you actually like see that same mess every damn week?
Well, I don't attend church, so.
But I mean, I I'm basically weddings and funerals myself. But I flip on the television and I'm like,
You just happen to flip on when the praise dancers come on.
they seem to always be on. I'm like, what?
You're making me look at a lot of things different.
Now he's gonna be
When
pissed
you
off
go
when
to
he
church,
sees.
you gonna be mad. Like, you right. Oh.
He gonna walk out and say, "Not this shit."
They gonna do the reach to the sky and the fall back. I'm like, come on.
Man, I wonder
Y'all
if this
stop.
is a fetish. I wonder because there are women that are turned on by ministers. Is that a fetish?
That's power.
Powerful man.
Well, then I guess the fetish would be a man in power.
That's in here. Well, no, it's not. It's of extreme stature, giant and dwarf. But I mean, power is a you can say that's
a fetish.
yeah.
Well,
I mean, women like Donald Trump's funny looking ass.
Shit. That's not a fetish. That's a nightmare.
He is your president.
He's your president. So I mean, those fetishes listed. That's a lot of fetishes, things I never even heard of, and they're weird.
We're not. It is not ours to judge.
It's not ours to judge,
But
absolutely, but it is, and I'm gonna take it back. What I'm gonna say is, for me, it seems weird because I'm not into it, but
Yes.
for some, it makes them extremely happy. And again, whatever floats your boat. I'm not here to judge. And I believe in live and let live.
I'm Joe Brown on this one. That the court finds you weird. Get out.
Yeah, because a lot of that stuff is like really extreme.
But let me ask you this: 20 years from now, how many of these is going to be accepted?
20 years.
You say 20, I say 10.
Not
Because people are doing a lot of this now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not,
And then think about this.
You're going to be like sucking on a person's nose? What's wrong with that?
that's just another form of
Now
hello.
we're looking at that like,
Is that another form of hello? Hello?
Right?
Let me suck your nose.
Like, and I guess you return the favor on that.
Well, you can't get an STD from it.
No, but you get boogers if you know.
Well, if you eat pig feet, I mean,
Pig feet, booty,
it's all the same.
it's all a
Really
vinegar
hard.
doused piece of fat. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's just all the same.
Okay, so Sincere says she don't do herself. I think that would be hard for women to do. I can't imagine a woman being able to lick herself. I mean, you can lick your boobs, but to lick your snatch, I'm not saying it's impossible, but why would you even be motivated to do it?
you're going to get a whole bunch of people going to try that tonight.
What's going to be a whole bunch of people with broken backs and shit thinking
Right.
that they're double jointed and can lick their
Emergency
own.
room is going to be lit up tonight.
Okay, so Antonio said probably as a kid. And so in your adult life, you never had to masturbate. Well, there are I guess the percentage of men that don't masturbate is probably about 10%. Depending on the age group. Yeah. I probably would go as far as to say that probably masturbation in the 18 to 25 age group or 18 to 30, the numbers would be higher.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Just because.
More testosterone, your libido's higher.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
I
a
mean,
lot, a lot
well-
of dudes now are have less testosterone in their system than years of the
Then yeah, I would probably have to agree with you on that.
Well, you was a little light in the booty, but that's not my scientific, answer. But
There you go.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. It's interesting though, because when I was looking for information on the fetishes, and I came across that, and I started reading a lot of it, it's like it's a whole bunch of strange shit out here.
And there's a fetish reading about fetishes.
Is there?
There probably is.
There probably is. Well,
Got one now.
got one now, exactly. Yeah, you was excited reading these off now.
I'm like, you know what? I'm amazed and shocked.
Yeah, I was too.
I just got to know what to ask people now. It's like,
What are you into?
when you see that statue, what do you think?
Yeah,
You wanna
are
hump
you
it?
are you turned on?
Does that valley just turn you on? Just-
Yeah, I mean
I just need to know these things.
That's it. That's a conversation you have. When you're dating somebody. That's what are the things that turn you on. What are the things that turn you off.
But see, some of this shit you just can't even think of asking.
So what would be a warning flag? Like you dating and then you doing these qualifying questions.
When they start biting on your damn finger. Then shit just got real. Real weird.
Putting hot sauce on your fingers.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to the museum, they start touching themselves. Like,
It's
back.
yeah.
Yeah, because when you get
And they're turned on because the public is watching.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, a Monet.
Exactly. Oh, the Mona Lisa. Oh, she just does something to me. You just never know. It's so funny. I remember I met a friend of mine's boyfriend, and he shook my hand, but he licked the back of my hand. Oh my God, I was so goddamn disgusted, and she thought it was funny. And I'm like, for one, it was disrespectful to both of us, for one. But I was even more annoyed with her that she thought it was funny.
He licked.
He licked the back of my hand. I was like, what the fuck?
Well, he licked it, but if he would have just kissed it, that would have been.
That's what I thought he was getting ready to do. But when he licked it, I was like,
He serviced your hand.
okay.
Basically.
I remember telling my husband about it. I was like, do you know her boyfriend licked the back of my hand? I thought he was really getting ready to kiss my hand.
He gave your hand oral.
He serviced me. Yeah. He licked me.
So how was it?
Weird.
She remembered.
I remembered it because nobody had ever done anything so weird to me, and I was like, that was different.
So after I smoked a cigarette,
I walked away, but they were turned on.
Both of them were.
Yeah, because she was standing there laughing, and they was like, I ain't into that shit.
You took that. That's that next level you weren't there.
I'm not with that. Because my thinking was, okay, he just met me, and he's licking the back of my hand. So what else are they into? And if he was, my hands, they may or may not have been clean. I can't remember because it was such a long time ago. But to me, that was nasty. And I'm like, damn, you would just go up to somebody and just lick their hand like that?
It says, psych, unless you're going to do it.
It was just strange. I mean, what?
Give me the details. The back or the palm?
The back. That's why when I extended my hand like.
And that was a long, slow.
It was
stroke.
like I'm trying to turn you on kind of lick.
It was like, oh, you heard the music playing.
I was like in shock.
He was advertising.
Yeah, it was like, let me show you what this tongue can do. Yeah. How you like me now? Yeah, so that was a little different. Yes, Gary, he licked the back of my hand.
He's like, this more where that came from.
Yeah, Tony, I think it was an invitation. I just didn't bite. Not the way they wanted.
He didn't bite either. He just licked.
He licked, like, let me lick you up and down.
Right.
What if a sister did that to you?
It did to me, I'd be like,
call me.
Right. What's your name?
What's your name again? Yeah.
Has anybody? I mean, what's the weirdest thing somebody has done to you?
Weirdest thing.
Years ago, I had my feet molested. She was, yeah.
You got your feet.
Yeah.
You liked it?
It was, I'm not sure.
Well, if you say molested, then yeah.
I'm not sure because it was like, I love you.
Would you let somebody lick your feet now?
I don't think the missus would agree with that, but
Is that something that you would be interested in, though?
I don't know. It was different. It's like, it's kind of a thing where it was like, it's just like, oh, I love your feet. Just going at it. I'm like, she is really licking the shit out of my feet. I'm like, I didn't even get a chance to wash them, but I didn't know this was coming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There was nothing going, just like, that was her thing.
So how'd you feel after that?
I think
He's
I
not
felt
sure.
I'm not sure.
So you sitting in the bed naked and confused.
That was the most confusing.
I mean, what was you was just watching her the whole time? You didn't really know how to feel. Were you at least when you turned
It's
on
one of those things you don't even know what to
at
do.
all, or
I was like, what's happening? You know, like is this sex?
that was foreplay?
No, that was it. It was
Okay.
That was it. That was the
Are you kidding? She just wanted. I thought it was leading to something.
No, she got her thing off of. Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't know what just happened. I'm like, did we have sex?
In her mind,
Was it good?
it was safe sex.
It was great for her. I don't know how.
Yeah.
I was just I
I
think
can see
I
if it
felt.
was foreplay leading up to something else.
Right, but
That was
that's
the
all
whole
she
game.
wanted to do.
That
That's
was the ball
weird.
game right there, and I was like intrigued and felt slightly violated at the same time.
Yeah, that's
But,
weird.
it's like you know what I mean? Like it was happening, and I couldn't even speak. Nothing came out my mouth. I was like,
You were speechless.
Do I like
What?
this?
What was it good for you? I mean,
I don't know.
first of all, you're having all these mixed emotions, and nothing happened after that. So you didn't jump. I mean,
You just
no
kinda,
kind of arousal from it.
You just kind of like look at it like I said, I don't know what's going on.
Wow. But the fact that you didn't get any,
I
mean, that was weird in itself.
She did.
Yeah, well.
She got what she wanted.
Well, you were in it for her. You let her have her
I
way.
think I got taken.
I think so too.
I think I was used.
Yeah, I think so too.
You know, it's like
So,
could that
yeah,
be
that's
considered
different.
being violated sexually? I don't.
Yeah, you didn't know.
Let's see if it's on the list.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Right, okay.
I think,
Now, is it a fetish?
Paraphilia,
right?
The body parts?
arousal to feet.
Oh yeah, well,
Yeah.
there you have it. You've experienced.
I wasn't aroused. I was.
Freaked out.
He was a willing participant
Yeah, I was an
for
unwilling.
research purposes.
I think I was for research. Yeah.
To see if she could
For research
really turn you on by just, well, interestingly enough, the nerve endings of our body organs are, in your feet if you're talking to a reflexologist. So,
It's a lot of nerve endings.
yeah, it's a lot of nerve endings in your feet. So maybe she was really trying to stimulate your nerve endings and giving you an orgasm through your feet. But you didn't understand it, so you couldn't
clearly
receive
did
it.
not. That was one of those moments where you just you hear the voice in your head like, so, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to make a noise?
Yeah, you're supposed to say, "Oh, baby, the way you're licking these goddamn
What
feet."
is the reaction I'm supposed to have right now?
She wasn't licking your right body organ, the right nerve endings.
According to her, she, it did something for her.
Yeah, she
I
probably had
believe
multiple orgasms licking your feet.
It did, and I just was like, okay, that's cool. I think.
So what are you looking for now?
I'm disappointed.
I was just looking to just sit in the corner like.
You pulled the blanket up.
I want to be alone.
You was violated. Now it's funny
I just sat in the
because
shower in the corner and let the
With the
water
water
run.
running.
oh my God, you felt dirty.
I felt dirty, unclean.
That is so funny. Now I'm gonna ask the two of you this question because this came up on a few shows ago, and Dr. Love said that the woman said to him, "Do you trust me?" And so she parted them buns
Oh,
and
yeah, that's
and licked the booty.
boom.
So my question is, have either of you had a woman lick your butthole?
Yes.
You like it?
I wouldn't say I like it, but
Would you let somebody do it again, or is it?
it depends on the person.
Okay,
You see,
that's
you
a
see
fair
what I'm
answer.
saying? It depends on the person. Everybody not worthy of my freakiness.
That's a
good
safe
That is
answer.
that is a fantastic answer.
Yes, it is. So you know I'm gonna ask you, right?
I know you are. Many years ago, when I was a youth,
Oh, I keep hitting that. So you liked it?
I don't know about that one either. It was more of a surprise. Just one of
Okay.
them quick, like, whoop, like, what the? Ooh.
And then you eased into it.
No, it just kept doing the finger running down the back thing, and I was like, please don't do that.
It was like, okay, we tried this, and
Because
Yeah, and even
know,
me as a woman, I don't like it.
Because I'm not gonna lie, anything come around, in the back, you're liable to get punched.
Yeah, that's yeah,
Like for real,
yeah.
it's just a natural reaction. Like, pop, don't do that.
Don't do that. Yeah, yeah. I think for me, it's not. I've had it done, but it's not ever been something that's a turn on. It's a turn off for me.
Yeah.
It's like, when I think of what comes out, yeah, definitely don't go there. Yeah. So I had a guy lick me in my ear. I can't fucking stand that shit. That'll get you swung on. So
Not the ear.
yeah,
And
I
it's
don't
funny
like
because
that.
then there's some women who totally into
They
it.
like it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know a couple that really like that, but that no, don't do that. So,
You just cleaning the wax out. That's all.
but all you hear is that tongue in your ear, and it's like the sound of it is like it just turns me off.
Stereo.
Yeah, that's exactly like,
like a cow
that's a
tongue.
great point. Yes. So yeah, I don't like that, but I
Speaking
mean
of
there's some.
stereo,
We're going to the music.
well, why don't we do a little something since
So
how-
we're gonna
how you
take a
looking over
break,
there?
and now Richard is actually going to serenade us with some smooth grooves.
Let's do that.
Hi, Tiana. Hey, Kevin.
That's good.
That's it. I'm looking for that. Turn it on.
Okay, we're back in.
And we're back. As soon as I can get this situated. Okay.
All right. I like that.
Yeah, it gives us a nice touch.
There you go.
All right. And we're back, folks. Talking about sexual fetishes and what have you.
Yeah, it's been disturbing.
It's been disturbing for some.
It's been disturbing for several of us.
I think that we didn't realize how many fetishes there were, and I'm sure there are probably still some not on that list, but those were pretty weird. Let me take that back.
Before we do it, I say where you can get the music from and everything else, and websites and all that other
Oh,
stuff.
yeah. Let me let Richard. Let me just say this. Richard will be joining us every Monday. If you want to book Richard, you can have him any day of the week but Mondays. Let me just make that perfectly clear. So.
Yeah, Richard Semper, Semper. Do a little, name of the band is Tropical Soul. Also, Trinidad and Tobago Baltimore Steel Orchestra. Look me up on Facebook. Look at, friend me, tweet me, ping me, poke me. That didn't sound right.
Wow.
I guess you're on the right show now. Got indoctrinated quick.
Okay.
all those Facebook Twitters, all Richard Semper. That's all your name.
Yeah, Richard Semper.
How make sure how to spell it?
Semper.
Semper.
Yeah.
Cool. You have any projects out?
Projects? No.
CDs or anything like that? Oh man, you got this. What's going on, man?
Nothing serious.
You get a little bit of that in the
Please,
car.
you're a big deal. Don't say that. You're a big deal. They were my jazz band. I used to have jazz night one Sunday a month at Echo Lounge.
Okay.
So Tropical Soul was my band. So it's so funny because we developed a great relationship. They're very professional, and I love that. When it was time to play, they were there like 45 minutes early, so they always started on time. I have so much respect for them, and they're a bunch of great guys. Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's always a pleasure. Say it. I always say it. Great doing business with you. Anything?
Yeah.
Let us know.
They're pretty cool.
All right.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Cool. So now you know. Hit them on Facebook. Follow them. Get that good music up in you.
Just don't email him your fetishes because he's not interested. Let me just say that.
It's not that type of party.
It's not that type of party, but professionally, if you're interested in having him play for your event, definitely contact him. One more thing I wanted to mention, we're actually going to be having a meet and greet April 23rd at Slate Lounge. And then April 24th, we're going to be recording live from Corinthians. So Corinthians would like for us to record live one Monday a month. So we're going to make that happen. I didn't have a date at first, but they're so excited about us coming there to do the show. I had to commit to a date. So, and for those of you that have been to Corinthians, it's a pretty cool place to hang out. I like it because it's laid back and it's an older crowd. And by the way, Richard will be joining us, at Corinthians as well. So come out, enjoy some nice music, fellowship with the host of Erotic, Taboo, Sensual Touch. We're definitely going to be live and naked. So Mark, you gotta come in your birthday suit.
It will be covered in clothes.
So yeah, we love for you to come hang out with us and share your views, your sexual fantasies, or whatever it is you're into. Because I got a feeling that show is going to be pretty live. Mark, you have any closing remarks?
Yeah, if you have more than 5 of these fetishes on this list,
I think I wasn't too bad. I think I only had 2. or
Seek
3.
help.
That was less than 5.
Okay, you were less than 5.
I was less than
If
5.
You 5 or more.
Yeah. If you're 5 or more, you need help.
Don't come around me.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
He's scared after his feet experience.
Yeah, never again.
First of all, I can't believe that you just sat there and felt nothing.
See, you know what? And that's the problem. When a violation occurs, everybody blames the victim.
So you're the
I was
victim.
petrified in fear, and now I'm the.
But
it's
you
my
didn't
fault
stop
for being a
her.
victim.
That's my thing. You didn't stop her. If it was
Exactly.
weird for you, you didn't stop her.
You sound just like those guys.
What you led her on.
I guess I wanted it, right?
You wanted it.
I
You
wanted
it. Yes. You wanted to know what that tongue felt like on your feet.
How dare you walk around with your size 13?
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
You know,
This is just, oh my goodness.
So first of all, let me just ask this question since we're talking about it. How did that come about?
How did it come about?
Yeah, I mean, was your shoes off, or did she say, I just want to suck the hell out your feet? I mean, really, what happened?
Well, it was a long time ago, but if I remember correctly, this was something new. We just kind of met.
Okay.
You know, came by the house, you know, you were upstairs, just like, oh, to take your shoes off, and then came with the, I love these feet, and then,
Then they ended up in her mouth?
yes,
Wow.
and I have not been the same since.
You're traumatized even now?
I wear 3 pairs of socks everywhere I go now.
They're not getting them socks off your feet, huh?
I have chastity socks on.
So, in your current relationship, if that was to come up, you wouldn't be interested?
See, I don't, I'm a little scared.
Okay.
It's like, I'm still traumatized years later, so.
Do you lick feet?
You know, I have done many things in the effort of making a situation great.
Right.
You know?
I think that we all have. Yeah.
I will not divulge all of my, you know,
Your
weapons
secrets.
of choice, but,
Yeah.
you know, I'm a team player.
Okay. Got it. Well, folks, we're going to close out the show tonight. Definitely tune in to the show coming on after us called Unbounded. They always have great topics. And we will see you next Monday at 7 p.m. I think I'm going to leave the topic to Mark next week.
Don't put that pressure on me. I'm a normal, average guy with nothing
He's
interesting
not
to say.
normal.
Okay, I'm an average
He
guy.
was open to this fetish conversation.
I was scared. I was
He
forced
might have
into
been
it,
he might have
just
been
like
a
I
little
was forced
scared.
to
I'm gonna say that he might have been a little scared, but he was with it nonetheless.
See,
So-
you know what? You sound like an abusive person.
I do, don't I?
Yes, you
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
Oh, well. Good night, folks. Y'all have a great
I'm
evening.
gonna play some gospel music after this.
Well, he was closing out with his gospel song.